of our entire population in the banks, and with me is Akshay. He is going to talk about the new features of this note. He has been taking a look at this from a long time.
Yeah, the identification of the new 2000 rupee currency. But let's first talk about what does it take for you to actually get this currency. So we know that demonetization of rupees 500 and rupees 1000 has already started. The process has begun up until 30th of December. And our friend Vineet here was one of those few today who went to the bank and stood in the queue and got us this fresh, brand new rupees 2000 rupee note. So Vineet, tell us, what did it entail? What did you have to do to get this?
So it took me around an hour, 15 minutes to obtain this note. There was an entire labyrinth, a sea of people all over.
Yeah.
But I must commend the bank staff for one thing. They had been standing there for long hours since morning without a break, hardly getting a bite to eat, and they were just living on juices. That's what they told me.
Okay.
And tempers can be flaring in a situation where a lot of people are coming in confused, not filling up the forms right.
Right. Form. What form is it? We're supposed to fill up a form.
Yeah, it's an annexure form that is available in the banks. They are very liberal with the distribution of those forms. You need to fill in your details, your identity numbers, so whether you're using your Aadhaar card or driving license or a PAN card or election card. So you need to fill in those details.
Okay.
Along with that, you need to also take a photocopy of your valid ID proof, and
Which could be Aadhaar or anything else.
Yes.
But I just wanted to ask you, Vineet, have you got this because you exchanged it or did you withdraw it? Because it's a different process,
Yes.
right? Yes.
So we exchanged the note.
Okay.
I took 500 rupee notes, and unfortunately I couldn't get the new 500 rupee notes to show our readers today.
Okay.
But we could get our hands on this one.
Yeah.
And it was not chaotic, certainly, despite it being Noida.
Yeah.
So people were getting angry and everybody was, trying to throw their weight around, but the staff was, quite
Right.
efficient when it came to handling the crowds.
Right.
And
So basically the process being, you said you have to fill up that form, take your 500 rupee notes, go to the desk, give that form, give those amount of 500 rupees notes. In exchange, they will give you this. So that's where the exchange is concerned of 500 or perhaps the 1000 rupee note which you've been using for a while. But if we have to withdraw Vineet, then what's the process? Were you able to determine that as well?
If you want to withdraw the cash, you need to go with your check,
Okay.
stand in another queue, and submit that check, and you will get the money. It sounds simpler,
Yeah.
but then since a lot of people turn up to withdraw their cash, and usually people go in with the wrong amount on the check.
Okay.
People are going in with 20,000 rupees, 30,000 rupees, 10,000 rupees, please. There are very strict guidelines for the exchange of money. Right now, you will not be able to get more than 4,000 rupees. So please make sure you do not go with an incorrect check to the bank.
Okay, so that's the process at least where exchange and withdrawal is concerned, and we've got this 2000 rupee note. Soon enough we'll have the 500 as well. But there are some important indicators we have to now keep in mind. The entire idea to bring about this currency is of course to do away with all the corruption and the black money. But how do you identify in time? What are those identification marks on this 2000 rupee note? So I'm going to request the cameras to come a little forward. We'll zoom in and we'll talk about those marks which are readily available and visible to all of us. We'll first begin with the fact you have the Mahatma Gandhi picture over here. You have rupees 2000 written in Hindi. You have rupees 2000 here written in English. Besides that, if you see it in light, you will see the watermark of Mahatma Gandhi here as well, which I don't think you'll be able to right now because of the lighting conditions, but there is a Mahatma Gandhi mark over here. Besides which, you obviously have that line which you had in 1000 and 500 before too.
And the color on this changes.
And the color on that changes when you just play it a little bit with the light. Besides this, if you again see the entire note, hold it up in light, you will see transparent rupees 2000 written here. You have to hold it against light, and RBI written here. So those are two very important crucial factors. It's taken months and months for designing this particular note, and so is the story with the rupees 500 as well. Besides these, another important mark, these bleed lines. You will see bleed lines. They are perforated on the right hand side and the bleed lines on the left hand side as well. These also denote, these are new features on the notes you haven't seen in the previous currency just as yet. So these are on the face of it. When you turn this around, you will have the Mangalyan right here in front of you. This important symbol, you've been seeing it for the last at least a year and a half. This is the symbol, this is the icon for Swachh Bharat, and the government now has it on the 2000 rupee note as well. You have 2000 rupiah in the Devanagari script written over here. Besides that, you have the year of printing, which is 2016. Rupees 2000 in English here, rupees 2000 in Hindi over there, 2000 written here as well. These are some of those crucial and important identifications you have to keep in mind when it comes to the 2000 rupee note. This will vary. They will be different when it comes to rupees 500. We'll try and get that also for our viewers, for you to be able to know what is the real identification for these notes. So yes, it's been a great day. New currency out in the market. We can go to the banks. Yes, it may take a little while. These are initial hiccups, but the movement, of course, the drive is something we have to really congratulate the government for. We have to get rid of all the black money in the country.
But there are a few niggles that I'd like to bring to your notice and share. There are a lot of people who came up to me and complained that what will they do with a 2000 rupee note, because they had to buy, let's say, vegetables worth 50 rupees.
Yeah.
And there were no 500 rupee notes available in the bank today.
Oh.
So these guys were really concerned about the fact that the shopkeeper might not have the change for, let's say, 20 rupees or 70 rupees.
And also, a lot of people must be reserving the 100 rupee right now. No, they don't want to give it out in the market just as yet.
I just came across some gentlemen outside the bank who had wads of 100 rupee notes, and what they were doing is specially catering to people who had a problem with taking the 2000 rupee note.
Because they want change.
They wanted change. So I could see a few people exchanging a 2000 rupee note for 1900 rupees in 100 rupee denominations.
Okay.
So I can see there is opportunists have already started holding on to things and making money out of it. It's something that we must not fall prey to.
Absolutely.
A, and B, it's just an initial hiccup. People, I'm sure in the coming days we'd be able to iron all these things out.
The ATMs are opening up tomorrow, like we know, so we'll have the 100 rupee notes, we'll have the 500 and 2000 as well in due course of time.
Absolutely.
So initial 3-4 days of time, and after that, of course,
hang in there, people.
Hang in there, and you can enjoy the pink new currency of rupees 2000.
And it looks more like a sleeker currency note. It's more like a dollar.
It resembles the size of a dollar, but well, this is the Indian rupee. So I think that's it for now.
That's it for now. It was great talking to you guys today. Have a great time and
go to the bank and exchange the money.
Yeah. Bye bye.
See you. Bye.